Hey folks, Sir Charles Carey here. I want you to bear with me for a minute. I think most of you can tell by my demeanor, and most of you that know me, you know that I'm not a person that brags. I'm not brash, I'm not flamboyant, I'm not over the top because I'm just not made that way. So I want to tell you something that may sound like boastfulness, but stay with me, bear with me, trust me, it's not. I'm going to ask you, get a pen and a paper because I want to share some things with you that you may be able to benefit from. You know, dressed like this, and actually I just took off my hoodie. I bought this hoodie when Black Panther came out, and I specifically wanted to have something that resembled an Afrocentric look when I went to see the movie, however long ago that was. And I got that from Target, believe it or not. But my point is that doing the things that I've done, and from pretty much this position right here, has afforded me to live a reasonable lifestyle. And I could really do a lot better and a lot more. But I can't tell you how much money, I'll just say it, how much money that I've made by sitting right here and doing the tough thing, which is really the easy thing. And I mean, speaking of fortune companies, government agencies, working in government in various capacities, doing all the things that I've done, films, all that kind of stuff. I mean, I have done so much, and so much more than sometimes maybe a quote unquote average person. Here's the thing. I wouldn't have and couldn't have done it had I not done one simple thing. Well, really maybe two. Number one, listen. Number two, take heed and abandon my traditional thoughts as it related to areas that were not my main focus. So in other words, the listening part, I know you got that. That's easy. Sometimes we simply need to listen. But number two, when you're doing something that either you've never done before or you're doing something where you've never done it before, no matter what you think, no matter what you feel, sometimes you have to leave those things to the side. Because if you don't leave those things to the side, whatever your reason for being there or trying to go there is, it won't materialize if you're holding on to your existing thoughts, feelings, and opinions. So you have to release to receive a new perspective. And it really does not matter what the industry is, the profession, the level. It doesn't matter how old you are. We have to sometimes understand that no matter how much money we currently have, how much education that we currently have, we don't have it all. Because money, you can't take it with you, and it's not everything. And your education basically boils down to a piece of paper. Okay? Anyone with or without a piece of paper can do a certain task if they're trained, taught, or if it's explained to them. So that piece of paper that you got inside the frame, it has value. It shows that you spent money and you spent a certain amount of time to get it, but it's not the be all. And yes, it is a marker that is used to say that you are worthy. Well, my friends, you are worthy without that piece of paper. The thing is, are you willing to do the work to achieve whatever it is in your sight? Are you willing to do the work to become whatever it is that's in your mind? And many times, in order to do that, you have to listen and you have to abandon your existing thoughts, opinions, and ideas about a particular thing. And again, it does not matter what the industry is. I mean, dressed like this, many people would never think, well, what are you an expert at, Charles? Or where have you spoken? Or where have you trained? Who have you trained? What have you done? If I literally spoke to everything that I've done it would definitely sound like I'm boastful. It would definitely sound like I'm a braggart. It would definitely sound like, I'm high on myself. And trust me, I am not. Did I enjoy those things? Do I like those things? Do I benefit from having done those things? Absolutely. But you know what? It's already the past. They say that you're only as good as your last hit. So you got to keep the hits coming all throughout life, which is fine. You still got to do the work. So that means you have to be able to learn from people that are in places you want to go and listen to people that are teaching you about the things that you want to do. And the only way to get that result is simply by doing that. Listening and abandoning. Listening and abandoning. And if you don't listen, it will become frustrating, and 9 times out of 10, you will find yourself in the same exact spot that you're in, thinking that either it's not worth it or it's not all it's cut out to be, where all you needed to do was listen and abandon. All my friends, I can tell you right now, some of them I see and speak to on a regular basis, but even if I don't, when we speak to each other, it's almost as if the last time we saw each other. And why is that? Because we understand that principle. Sometimes you have it. You just have to work for it to maintain it. But if it's something that you want to get, we all know, my friends and I, regardless of the industry and regardless of the expertise, you have to listen, and sometimes you have to abandon. And sometimes that's taking a class, sometimes that's getting a coach, sometimes that's being trained, and sometimes that's just literally listening and abandoning. Radiate the brain and change the game.